So for my semester-long project, I wanted to more or less copy what you guys introduced to us as your philosophy around this class for the entire semester. I really liked the gameful learning approach, and I specifically thought that it really lent well to language acquisition. We have our different standards broken up by the American Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages. It goes anywhere from novice, mid, low to high to distinguished, proficient. This basically helps us know exactly where our students are in their learning and be able to say, okay, check, you've done this. You are now considered to be a novice mid in terms of your interpretive communication skills. At the beginning of the year when I was teaching, my mentor teacher would often tell me how I could explain to the kids, okay, if you want to get an A on this assignment, then you have to do this, this, and this. If you want to get an A+, you want to go above and beyond, this is what you need to do. If you're happy with the C and that's what you're trying to get, this is what you do. And I really didn't like that approach at all. It felt really strange to me to be telling students, okay, if you want to get a C, this is what you do. While I certainly have students who are fine getting a C and are not going to really try and put in more effort to do better than that, I feel like telling them that is just kind of not the right mindset that I'm trying to instill in them. So I really liked your all's approach a lot better, where instead of looking at a letter grade, they're looking at, oh, this is where I am. And so every time that they do well on an assignment and then move up another level, it's not like they're just getting, oh, I got another A, oh, I got another B, oh, I got another C. It's, oh, now I'm at this level. Okay, cool. Now next week, where are we going? Oh, I get to see if I can get to this level. So basically how I implemented it is we do about a week long, every unit's about a week long, sometimes a couple days longer. I would take the units, divide them into 3 sections with our proficiency standards, so novice low, novice mid, and novice high. Throughout the week, we do 3 formative assessments in which they have the opportunity to level up to the next one. And I really think that this was successful because they would just talk about it all the time. The moment that I introduced it, they would ask each other, what level are you at? Where are you? How did you get there? Oh, man, some of the barriers were more of the fact that the same ideas that they talked about it all the time. So it got to a point where it was kind of bragging. I kind of had to remind them that the point of class is not to show each other that you can learn faster than the person next to you or that you're at a higher level. It's more just to see how you can push yourself and keep track of where you are. Let's see, what else? Oh, another one of the biggest successes from this is that they did retake so much more often. The school has a very lenient policy in terms of retaking quizzes. They can take up to 3 quizzes every semester again. And once I implemented this, almost all of them would retake their quiz if they didn't get to the level that they wanted to. Before doing it, I would remind them and say, I would even write notes on the quiz and say, hey, come see me if you want to retake this. You know you can. All you have to do is fill out this study sheet and then you're able to take it. But like I said, if they got to that C that they were happy with, then they were good to go. But I really like this approach. It's something that I want to use in the future. I definitely would like to have an online platform for it so students can create their own avatars. And basically by leveling up, then they can add some sort of apparel or purchase different things for their avatar. Another way that I could see this being done is giving students like fake Monopoly money in the form of like pesos or some different type of currency that they use in various Spanish-speaking countries, and then I could see them using this currency to purchase cultural goods on, let's say, once a month I could do a market day, and then they can come in and I could see me incorporating a lesson where we say, okay, this is how we ask questions at the market, this is how we barter for things. In other countries, things aren't necessarily a fixed price, you kind of negotiate, and then they can use that money to buy like chili suckers, fried crickets, just kind of things that they'll find interesting. So that's how I plan to incorporate that later on in the future. And just lastly, thanks. I really enjoyed this class this semester. By far my favorite class that I had. I think that it's really informative. I like the kind of not all the way hands-off approach, but kind of letting us do our own thing, but still providing us with tons of support and really great resources. You guys are really knowledgeable about this stuff. And so, yeah, muchas gracias and hasta luego.